a comfortable way. If you want to, you can even sit in a chair, you can sit in Virasana, Vajrasana, or simply cross-legged. Sometimes it's helpful, and I haven't shown this in some time, I might as well. Actually, this belt won't be big enough. But if you have a large enough belt, meaning one of 8-foot dimension or 10-foot dimension, Tony, this could be real. I know you're sitting in Virasana, and that is the pose of choice for typically for hip and back issues. But just if you ever want to try this, I'm going to demonstrate this because I haven't in some time. And feel free throughout the class, since it's such a small class, if you don't understand something, just come on the screen. So if you put the belt on, and you can see from the front, it's really going across the patella, the knee cap. What you can see, but I'll turn around and show you, I really like sitting with it this way, is sitting with the belt so that the belt in the back, not in my waist is here, but rather on the 2 sacroiliac joints. And what it does, it enables you to feel, or propriocept, feeling, you really strongly can feel the compacting of the hips. Now you can get it without the belt, and I've shown it this way. If you just put your thumbs right at the corner of the hips where the greater trochanter is, there's an indent there. That's what we call, that's what there's different ways of saying, compact the hips, find the indents. And then when you get, so the reason why I'm spending some time on this, you can get it in Virasana too. I actually find with cross-legged and the belt really helps. You will, when you get that compactness of the hips, you feel your spine more vertical, right? That erect structure becomes more palpable. And it's particular salient for this lesson, because one of the things I want to go over from what I saw on Tuesday was when Carla demonstrated taking the leg out to side on her blue wall, she was on her median line, but many were listing to one side. So the way one doesn't list to the side when you take out the leg, because you think of physics, when you take out the leg to one side, you're going to list to the opposite side to compensate. So you have to get that compactness. I don't know if you remember Carla's pose, but she was at those of you who were here on Tuesday, she was at the wall and you could really find her median line. She wasn't listing to the standing leg side. So with that said, now pronate, getting the compactness of the hips, feeling the tallness of the spine. Take the hands to the roots of the thighs, be it in cross-legged or Virasana. Descend the thighs so you get even taller and taller. And now, as I said on Tuesday, as soon as you close the eyes, there's a tendency for the trunk to drop. So don't let the trunk drop as you now close the eyes and spread them. And then just see if you can dedicate yourself to silence. Sense that you're diving deep under the waves of thought and mind states, emotions. And just sense that that is possible, to dive deep under the wave of thoughts and mind states. And just know that it is all manageable. See if you can be with the touchstones of the body connecting with the earth. So you feel the stability of your structure, sitting or standing or lying down. Feeling the outer edges of the feet connected to the earth if you're cross-legged, or the tops of the feet, those of you in the shins, connected to the earth if you're in Virasana. Feel the touchstones of the buttocks pressing into the blanket or bolsters or floor. Sense from those touchstones that you're feeling there's a stability, there's a groundedness, there's a stability not only in the body, but in the mind. The habit of the mind is to go somewhere else. If you find that there's a proliferation of thoughts. Come back to these touchstones. Be with the earth element. Soften and be at ease with it all. Whatever arises in the body and the mind, know that you have the ability to be with all of it, and it's all manageable. And then if you prefer, take your palms in front of the chest in Namaskar Mudra. You can repeat your own personal vow or the one that we've been doing, the Dalai Lama's vow, or an iteration of that. May I be a boat, a raft, a bridge for all beings to cross the flood. May I be a resting place for the weary. May I be medicine for all who are sick. May I be a lamp in the darkness for those who are lost. And may I do so as long as earth and sky and galaxies exist, until all sentient beings are enlightened. I vow to be here to serve them all. And then when you're ready, release your hands, lift your gaze, and outstretch your legs. Okay, so we're going to begin, and I alluded to this on Tuesday, with dog pose. You can start from child's pose, but I want dog pose at the wall with the hands on the blocks. And Elaine, you can just do the Uttanasana with the hands on the wall. So the blocks, let them be lengthwise to accommodate the hand. And I want you to realize when the hands are on blocks, how that gives you better access to your legs. That's it, Lubna. So take the blocks in this manner, lengthwise. Winnie's not here. Remember, I said I brought the dumbbells. So this is good. Those of you who, find it difficult to have your palm in that, in this position, flexion, then of course use the grippets or use your dumbbells. Put the blocks lengthwise. You can hook the thumbs around the inside and go up. I want the arms straight, because if the arms are bending in any manner, you don't have access to your legs. And you can decide if you want to go to the outer edges of the mat. That's good, Elaine. If your hamstrings feel tight, that's it, Tony. Take them to the outer edges. You can bend the knees a little bit, Julia, is what you're doing. Lift the buttocks up. And see, I want you to observe how, when the arms are straight, that's it, Val. The arms are straight, you have access to your legs. Now see if you can sink the heels down. I'm standing behind you, pressing your thighs back, inner heels down. Keep the feet running parallel to the sides of the mat and to each other. Suck those outer shins in. So the arms are straight, which provides access to opening the backs of the legs. So you have no knees because the legs are straight. Now, feel how the arches are lifting up into the sort of the hollowness of the legs, how the kneecaps are lifting up, and how your quadriceps are lifting as well. And then take the flesh of the quadricep to the bone so that the quads will feel a little, it's when you're working your quads, which you're doing in dog pose, the quads feel bulky. But to diminish some of that, what I'll call thickness, just sense that you're ironing as though my hands were there, and then take a rest, come down onto your knees. Okay. All right, one last one, and Elaine, you can do a plank to get this. So now you're going to turn yourselves around and you're going to do an Adho Mukha Svanasana, what I'll say for and from the abdomen. So that first one was with the hands on blocks so that you have better access to your legs. You can remove the blocks because I don't want anyone to fall, but you could do this with the heels on the blocks. And then from an all-four position, you're going to raise your heels to a baseboard or to the wall. Again, keep your legs straight. When the legs are a little bit up at the wall, or you can even be on blocks themselves, you will feel a lifting of the abdomen away from the floor. Okay, you could get it in Prasarita Padottanasana, Elaine, or plank. Now remember, what I'm seeing now is that for many of you, when you have the heels up at the wall, the distance has shortened. So come down onto your knees and walk your hands out a bit. Because don't feel like you've done anything wrong. It's just that that's the tendency. When we do it at the wall, yeah, that's it. Now you can try it, Val, yes. Try it with the feet on the blocks. If you've never done it, in fact, I will have everyone do that. Okay, come down for a moment, good Marina. Now, I will say, guys, that when you're stepping up, as you did, Val, on the blocks, just being mindful, because I've been in a class where people have slipped, even on the mat, so be careful, all right? So especially if the blocks are wood and they slide away. Okay, now I want you to do this for the abdomen. So now the legs are longer, like the arms were longer. That's it, Lubna. Now, sense that I'm standing right where your navel is, and I'm lifting your navel, and you're getting it in the plank pose. You can get it in Prasarita Padottanasana as well. So I'll call this, what I say, this is Adho Mukha Svanasana, for and from the abdomen, for and from the abdomen. Okay, and then take a well-deserved rest in child's pose. Buttocks to, yeah, and extend the arms just to activate the arms. Now I want to do one other one, but we did Prasarita Padottanasana. We'll do that now because I want you to learn to hit the inner knees away from each other. So you're going to stand, and one of the things that you can do, we didn't do it on Tuesday, you know, there's the wall is your best friend. If you're having problems with your feet, you can align the outer edges of the wall of the feet to the wall. It might help some of you, especially if you have flat feet, lift your arches away. And then watch, I'll put my hands on my inner thighs. I move them away from each other, the inner knees away from each other. And then I come to the very first position of concave stage Prasarita Padottanasana. And then I want you to focus on the abdomen. So lifting away from the floor. So you're not this way, especially for those of you who are more mobile, Lubna and Marina, in your lower spine, and Tony, don't protrude the abdomen toward the floor. Lift it up. You can put your hand on your navel and sense it's being lifted. That same lift that you got in dog pose. You can show me from profile. That's good. Turn the arms from the inside out. Many of you will benefit to be on fingertips. You'll have better access to your inner arms, Lubna. Yeah. And now moving the inner knees. Carla, just see that the weight's coming a little bit forward to the toes. Go back a smidge. Yes. Right? Now, again, spread the feet. When you spread the feet, seal the outer edges of the feet, lift the arches, lift the kneecaps, and you should feel that same quadricep activity. Quadricep activity. The quadriceps are active. They're being strengthened as the hamstrings stretch. Now walk the feet in, place the hands on the hips, walk the feet toward the midline, and then do just one quick Uttanasana. We didn't do this at the wall, but I want you to feel the engagement of the quads. If you come to my workshop on April 24th, a lot of the class will be on the quadriceps. Of course, I keep changing the sequence, so I have no idea what the sequence will be at this point. But watch, I'm going to stand in front of the wall, then I bend forward, then I'll put the blocks on the high side. I step back. And just the fact that, again, my whole leg enjoys the wall allows me to lift the arches. I spread the feet first, lift the arches, lift the kneecaps, and those quads are lifting up and ironing back flesh to bone. In order to stand on one leg, both legs need to have some muscle mass. Good, Marina. The legs are strong. You can do it, Ellen. That's right. Go forward, then step back. Get those legs to cover the wall. Knee into knee. Yes, open up the backs of the thighs. Hands can be on the high side, or even, Tony, take the blocks a little further back so they're indeed aligned with your shoulders. That's it. Now press those thighs out. So Marina, imagine I'm standing in front of you and I'm holding your thighs and pressing them back. So there's no, okay, oh, for the knee. Oh, you didn't let me know. Your knee, does it bother you? You can come on, Marina. Does it bother you when the legs are straight? Or flexion weight bearing? Your right knee? What happened?
My right knee is in some sort of acute stage. I can't make it straight.
Okay, well then if you can make it straight, make it straight. I have some suggestions for that. Yeah, okay. So one of the things, okay, just, Marina, I think I'm just gonna take a detour for you. All right, now everyone, having enjoyed your arches lifted, your kneecaps go down, lifting, the quadriceps lifting, just do this. I wasn't gonna go there, but this might be helpful. We did this, you weren't here, Marina, on Friday when I had gotten back. But see if you're gonna sit in a chair, everybody have a chair, it doesn't have to be a yoga chair. All right, in the middle of the chair, the toes are pointing straight up. And see if you can lift. I will be teaching this at the workshop. How many of you, by the way, because I'm looking for demonstrators, Elaine, Julia, how many of you are gonna come to my workshop April 24th? Just, I won't be mad if you don't, if you can. I'm asking because, okay, Val, because I'm gonna be, when I go over the sequence in my mind's eye, I might want to have someone demonstrate, so I want to know who's gonna come. All right, so Marina, try this. Lift up and down. Toes pointing straight up. Just try that. That's good, Carla. Yeah. Now this is a really good functional exercise so that you can feel the work of the quad, right? See if you can get the back of the thigh to clear the seat of the chair, and then try not to lean back, right? Try not to. I mean, you'll lean back a smidge, but try not to. So you're sitting, that's it, Marina. Sit, sit, sit. And then Marina, what does it feel like when you turn, just for Marina, turn the right foot out a little bit and lift up again? Is that better or worse? You can tell me. All right, now everyone has changed sides, I hope. And Marina, at the end of class, you'll let me know. I have some other options as well that we can do. Okay, lift, 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 lift. So, you know, if you feel that your legs are not strong, it's better to work with them in a symmetrical way, like dog pose, than in an asymmetrical way. But I wanted to just do this asymmetrical functional exercise for Marina. Okay, now this is what we're going to do. Put away your chairs just for a moment. Get a belt. And we're going through the wonderful Supta Padangusthasana cycle, because I feel like, you know, many of you have told me that you hadn't done much yoga over the 5 weeks, and that the Supta cycle is really the very best way to begin. All right, so we're going to do it similarly to how we did on Tuesday. You'll start with bent legs. Then you'll extend one leg slowly. And then you'll feel how this is really good on the low back, then the other leg. You'll have a belt nearby. And then you're going to do what I call Ekapada Palamuttasana or Kunchanasana. Remember to flex the foot. Carl, I remember seeing you on Tuesday. You really had a nice flex foot, so that when the foot is flexed, you can feel that suction-like action of the arch of the foot. Spread your toes. So now right knee in to the chest, hold the shin or the back of the thigh, spread the toes and flex the foot. Keep the shoulders down. Relax your eyes, relax your throat, relax your tongue. Keep pressing the left thigh down. Now you'll put the belt in that configuration with the loop across the ball of the foot or the arch, and start straighten the leg. Now remember what you did against the wall. You had that proprioception in dog pose and in Uttanasana. Now it's an asymmetrical pose. We straightened, we felt the legs in the symmetrical pose. Now keep that, open the back of the knee, both knees, no knees. Now begin slowly to move the leg. And when I mean slowly, so, you know, I'm not going to time this for 2 minutes, but say we were. I want you to be able to comfortably sustain the movement for 2 minutes. So don't use up all your energy now. Go slowly move the leg. But remember the metrics. The legs have to be straight, no knees, and remember those hips. The hips are balanced. The right outer hip is not lifting up. Now see what happens, Marina, if you pull the strap down. Pull the strap down. so that your heel is lifting up, and see if that helps open the back of the right knee anymore. So it's a double action. Pull the strap down, lift the heel up, and also extend strongly, Marina, from the inner knee to the inner heel. So the skin of the inner seam of the lower right leg is sharp. Good, Carla. We're not raising the shoulders. The elbows will go out to the side. Watch the hips, everyone. Keep those hips balanced. Lubna, you can do what you did on Tuesday. Hook the thumb in the crook of the right hip, the left hip as you did. Good. Ellen, that's good. Now press the left thigh down, left thigh down. So remember, your job is to keep both legs straight, no knees, and to seal the hip, seal the thigh, left thigh to the floor, and keep those hips balanced. Okay, these look good. Now bend the leg, Kunchanasana or Ekapada Padangusthasana. Extend, sharpen through the inner right heel. Start back in Supta Tadasana. Have the feet apart. It's good for the, yeah. Actually, Ellen, I liked what you did first. Yeah, do this. It's very helpful. Come back to the bent leg position to spread the low back. And then you can extend the other leg if you remembered first, and then the other, and then go to Kunchanasana. It's interesting, you know, sometimes we willy-nilly because, you know, of time, oh, leg comes up, Supta Padangusthasana 1, but it's better to really define Supta Tadasana, supine mountain pose, then take the knee in, and then put the belt on and proceed at 90. Remember, 90 is the position to start with because that's when the hips are balanced. All of you have a straight left leg at the 90 degrees. Now your job, your mission is to keep that leg straight. Don't let the hip lift up, and then move the leg any amount. Two sides will be different, or a little bit different. No one's two legs are exactly the same. And Val, for you, you just have to sense that the calf muscle moves to the shin. I know that's challenging. Yeah, and the quad is moving back. You can bifurcate the calf. That helps in any way. Marina, keep moving the left hip down to the wall. Don't let it hike up. Go to your maximum. Remember, if we were, I don't know how long we stayed on the other side, but had it been 2 minutes, I want your effort to be sustainable, that you could stay for 2 minutes. So you're not going to use up all your energy in the first 45 seconds. Sustain it. All the while remembering those metrics of the pose. These look good. These look very good. Left outer hip moving back. Remember, the traction belt option is always there for you if you had another strap. Lubna, do you have the traction belt on? It looks like a shot. Yes? Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that you did that, Lubna, especially on your left side. All right, I got to spot Lubna because, you know, like I said, it's always an opportunity to learn. So I alluded to this on Tuesday. No one did it, but now Lubna's doing it. So I'm going to spotlight Lubna and say hello to Lubna. Okay, so let's see, Lubna. All right, so just in case you've forgotten, because I know I forget everything. So Lubna's got the belt on, and I really like the way, that's beautiful, Lubna. All right, do you see how the belt, can you see where my cursor is? You probably can. I have my cursor at her black belt. See how it's not in the hip crease. It's actually what I'll say, it's closer to the knee side. That's a beautiful thing. And then Lubna, what I would do is take a little more, make that strap bigger, because I want your shoulders down because it's creating tension in your throat. So does everyone remember this way? Yes? Ellen, everybody? Yeah, Lubna, that's better. I want to feel your upper arm. Thank you. The upper arm's plugging back. You don't have to do it this way now, but remember, this is what I find in yoga, and some of you take a lot of yoga class will agree with me, I'm sure, is we do things and then we forget them. So we have to remember. So thank you, Lubna. All right, so can we do that? Just continue on. Thanks, Ellen, with that left side. And just imagine you had the traction belt there. And you can do it, like you don't even have to have the traction belt. You can actually imagine it's your mind has that smrti. All right, such a beautiful, the Supta cycle is everything. All right, that's it, Elaine. Go to the max. Enjoy it. Supta cycle, you know, so many of you have written to me, Polly and Suki. I know they're not here today, but they love doing the Supta cycle. Okay. We're not raising the chest. I want the shoulders down the way Lubna demonstrated. Beautiful. Okay, and then release. Take Dvipada, both knees into the chest, and now work on merging the thighs with the chest. So you have, this is a little bit of, like I said, of Kunchanasana, abdominal work. So as you draw the legs closer to the chest, the abdomen has to deflate because we want the thighs on the chest. So against the resistance of the abdomen moving back toward the front of the spine, begin to merge the legs with the chest, because you all know in the final, that's what we have to do. And we lift the chest and the head. Okay. Good, good, good. That's it, Yokiko. Okay. So your legs, Ellen, that's a little bit different, but you can get it that way when the shins are perpendicular. But I was looking at more. So Ellen was doing this. Sometimes this pose is called happy baby in some other systems, but I was looking for this. It's a little bit tighter connection, Ellen, but not to say you can't do that, right? Where Ellen had her shins perpendicular, just other things. All right, now come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Let me show you how we're going to come into it, because I didn't teach it as well as I should have on Tuesday. Watch. So I'm just going to touch a quick UPP, my very favorite pose. Then I'm going to hold my outer shin. Those of you who have longer arms, you can hold closer to the ankle. And then those of you who have no issues with the knees, Marina, you'll see, you'll have to move your heels further out. Bring the heels in as close to the perineum as your knees will allow. So this is Supta Baddha Konasana flat. And then watch everyone. I'll show on my left side. So we're coming into it slightly different than on Tuesday. And then you'll put the strap on and you'll take your right leg out to the side. All right. So is that clear? So you'll do UPP 90 degrees. Then watch, holding the shins, holding the outer ankles if you can. Let the thighs part in Supta Baddha Konasana. Marina, you can support your outer right thigh if it's a problem, or just don't take the heels in close to the perineum. So you could do it. I'll show you from this vantage point, Marina. So people with knee issues generally, I know that's kind of a broad thing. They can't bring the heels in as close to the perineum, but they see how I'm pushing out my heels, Marina? You see that? Then I get more distance between the lower leg and the thigh. Okay, so everybody's in UPP. Now you're in Supta Padangusthana. Now you're in Supta Baddha Konasana. You have the belt nearby, because we're going to do an iteration of Supta 2 from Baddha Konasana. Okay, all right, have the belt ready and going. And I'm going to show in this angle because this is good. So here you all are in Supta Baddha Konasana. Okay, now you keep the left leg in its place. You take the right knee in. Okay, now before you even think about taking the right leg out, extend your left arm out with the palm down, because you will see if you don't do that, when you take the right leg out, you're going to go with the right leg. That's what we're trying to not to do. So press the left palm down, be firm on the left side of your body, and then stretch the leg out. If you feel, be really truthful, if you feel more weight coming to your right buttock, then you'll have to raise the right leg higher. And then lastly, look at your right foot and make the outer edge of the foot, the baby toe side of the foot, parallel to the floor. Good, Julia. This is actually a challenging iteration of Supta 2. Marina, that's good. Once the leg is straight, it's probably not an issue. Okay. Good, good, good. So remember, the left leg is still in Baddha Konasana. We're not good yet. Carla, left leg, yeah, still in Baddha Konasana. All right. That's it. Now you have to be, I can't really tell on the screen, but if I were to put a scale underneath your buttocks, that right buttock should not be 10 pounds and the left 5. It should be even, no more weight. If that feels like you're tipping to the right, then raise the right leg higher up, evenly balanced. Now see if you can widen across the pubic bone. We're going to use this principle in that tough pose on Tuesday, leg out to the side, the one that I already mentioned that Carla had demonstrated. Okay, now come back to Supta Baddha Konasana, wait there, soles of the feet together. Maybe now the heels will come in a little closer, try it, unless you have knee issues, then don't try it. That's it, Carla. Widen the thighs, you can put your hands in your inner thighs, widen them away. And then of course, put the belt, have the belt ready to go across the left foot. You're keeping the right leg in Baddha Konasana and taking the left leg out. These are really good. You know, those of you who feel your hips are tight, this is a really important pose to do. All right, bear equal weight across the buttock bones. Don't let that left leg become heavy. Otherwise, you have to raise it a little bit up in the air. That's it, Elaine. Don't, yes, there's an even Stevenness across the buttocks, right? Like if I had my hands underneath the buttocks, your left buttock should not be weighing into my hand. I'm just trying to think of different ways to say it. But remember, keep your legs straight. Extend through that from the inner knee to the inner heel. Then look at that foot, Marina, and watch them make it parallel to the floor. Yeah, the tendency, Maria, is for the heel to lift up and the toes down. Get the baby toe side of that foot like a cutting edge parallel to the floor. Good, good, good. All right. Now come back to a quick moment in Supta Baddha Konasana, flat, which is always good for the back. All right. Now, before we do the classical Supta Padangusthasana 2, where both legs are straight, you're going to do everybody's favorite, this one, quasi-jetter, swinging the leg side to side to open up those frontal groins, the frontal hip flexors. Just go side to side. Knees need not touch the floor. But what I saw on Tuesday was I want everyone to have the feet at least hip width apart. So this, I saw a lot of people doing it too narrow. All right, Tony, be mindful of not going too narrow. Go back and forth. Marina, okay, yeah. Go back and forth. Just get some movement. That's it, Ellen. Back and forth. It's really good. So you can see when you go to the left, wonderful on the right hip flexor and vice versa. Also good on the back. Okay. Now just place the feet flat on the floor. We'll extend one leg, then the other. So we're back to Supine Tadasana. Because we're doing the classical Supta 2. So watch. In this manner, you still have the bell. In the bell. And Lubna, you know, remember Supta 2, you can also use the bell. I go back to a Kunchanasana or Ekapada Padangusthasana, put the belt on, and then I'm going to decentralize the left leg. That actually makes you not go with the right leg when you take it out the side. It also helps you get the width across the pubic bone. And in the same manner that we did in Supta Baddha Konasana, you extend the left palm out, stay with the left side, as though you pin your left thigh down, your left abdomen down, your left side of the chest down, left arm down, and then turning the abdomen from the right to the left. Take the right leg out. Remember the metrics. Hips are balanced. Legs are straight. Turn the belly, left to right. Left to right. That's it, Ellen. Left to right, right? So it's an as you take the right leg out to the side, you're turning the belly. Did I say it right to left? Turn the belly. Also remember there's a way in which you can do the right leg can go to the wall as you're doing a leg, which is always another way of doing it. Good. Now remember, make sure your left heel is a little bit out of the central alignment so you get the width across the pubic plane. And then just allow yourself to feel and enjoy the amount of space that you're creating in your pelvis, which is not only beneficial to the organic body, but it's also good on the anatomical structure of the hips. Good. And now take the leg out. That's it, Marina. And repeat. Extend the right leg to the wall. Bring the left knee in, weight there. Then decentralize your right heel, walk it out, maybe 2.5 inches. Belt, traction belt could be on. And then if you're in the corner of the room, you can change. So now the left foot is going to the wall, but first take the right arm out, palm down. Now be fully present with the right side of your body. And as you take the left leg out to the right, turn the abdomen from the left to the right. That will avoid the momentum of going to the left side. You have to resist. If you don't resist with the right side, you will go to the left. Now leg is out to the side. Supta Panivristhasana 2. Legs are straight, hips are balanced. Now, I didn't do this on Tuesday. I want you to put your index finger and thumb of the right hand right beside that greater trochanter. All right. Now take your left leg up to 90. I'm going to show this on this manner. Take your left leg back up. And I want you, the right leg is still decentered. I'm putting my thumb and index at the indent. And now, sense that indent is moving into the center line, and then take the leg out to the side. So you're not listing, it's actually abduction in your right hip as you take the left leg out to the side. Go. Abduction, left leg is still Supta 2, left leg is going out to the side, but it's from the abduction of the right hip. And I'm saying this, it's easy to do supine, but when you come to standing, which many of you felt on Tuesday, it's a whole different ballgame. That's why I'm taking this time to explain it now. Okay. All right, now take the leg up. We're going to do a quick Supta Panivristhasana 3 and 4. So this is the one I said, if you have any groin issues, inner groin issues, you will use a second belt. Watch. So this one is back to a Kunchanasana. I take the right leg up and then I cross the right leg to the left. If you have a groin issue, you need to put a belt, as I showed on Tuesday, and pull it to the right. Okay, Lubna, you have your belt. Anyone who has any inner groin problems, use a second belt. If you have a long arm, you can use that between. So the inner thighs can't crisscross. The inner thighs have to hit away from each other for the health of the groin. That's it, Julia. And pull it out toward the beige wall, the gray wall. Okay, now go. Tony, that's good. Now I noticed that some of you are really good. You're not going with the right leg because you know you have to stay on the median line of the chest facing the ceiling. You won't go very far. Good, Elaine. The right hip will lift a little bit as the leg crosses over. Resist, Lubna, with your right arm, the inner thigh away. Good. Anyone who has a groin issue, inner groin issue. That's it, Marina. Now take the leg up, change sides. Well done. This is good because we can really avoid future suffering by tending to some of the tendencies that, these poses might elicit down the road. That's it, Lubna. Now pull it out toward the plants. You can do it on both sides, just as a preventive measure, but certainly if you have pain on this, pull it out toward the plants, Lubna. That's it. Pull strongly. That's it. Good, Carla. Yes. Remember, Marina, it could be if the leg is not exactly 90 degrees to the trunk, try bending that left leg a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Now, do you see when you bent it, how much higher the thigh came up? So that's a good action for you. All right. All right. Now, Supta 4 we'll do in the same manner. Let me just quickly show, just so it moves smoothly. I'm going to go away from the wall, but certainly those of you like the wall as we did on Tuesday. So let me show on this side. So when you do this figure 4, this is what I don't want you to have, this slanting angular shin. The way to avoid that is, so here's the angular shin. I actually move this left leg a little more to the left, in which case the foot, and this is what I saw on Tuesday, the foot was too far over the right thigh. So it'll be your right side. The right leg will move. It's decentralized to the right. Once you get the shin parallel to the collarbones, you're going to raise the chest, raise the head. If it bothers anyone, neck or head, insert blanket or
bolsters and take the leg with you as you lie back. This is not an easy pose, okay? And it gets harder with every year. All right, let's try it. We won't stay 2 minutes, but let me pose this question. If you were to stay 2 minutes, how would you moderate your effort? That's a good question to propose. So now your right leg. So listen, I don't want to see anyone. Let me show it from this. Okay, so this is not great. My shin is at a diagonal. My foot is too far. See how when I move the right leg a little to the right, how the shin is no longer angular. That's what I need you to do. And then sustainability. Okay, let's do it. So this stretch is what I want you to be aware of your shin, your right shin not being angular. Move it more to the right, more to the right. Carla, I think you can go more to the right so the foot doesn't crisscross. Yeah, move it out toward the furniture there. Yeah. Turn the inner knee to the outer knee, inner thigh to the outer thigh. Yes, now have courage to hook the forearms underneath the right leg. Imagine that leg going to cover you. If you have neck issues, don't raise the chest and the head. Sustain the pose. Relax your throat, eyes as you extend through the core of your left heel. That's good, Val. Otherwise, you can stay in figure 4. That's it, Ellen. Extend the leg so you can stay in figure 4. And then if you're working at the wall, Elaine and Julia, you know the second stage of working at the wall is going a little closer to the wall so you get more stretch in the outer hips. Good, Yukiko. Change side. Yukiko, that's a good, that was a good usage of your bolster with the head. Yeah. Because if you were to stay 2 minutes, you know, people, when their head is lifted, you know, then it's challenging on the neck muscles. All right, my friends, left side. Can be at wall. If this is an easier hip, then come away from the wall. Lane for you, left side. All right, watch that angularity of the left leg. I'm begging you. That means if you see your left shin angular, move the leg more to the left. That's decentralized. If you have a tighter left hip, that will be necessary, right? And then stay. If you're working at the wall, go closer into the wall. And then you hook under. Raise the chest, raise the head, use bolster support. Bring that left shin, good, Tony, toward you. Hook under. Do this in a way that doesn't tighten your throat. And then extend through the core of the right heel. This is for the outer external lateral rotators that get tight. All right, now we're coming back to Supta Padangusthasana 1 full pose. We're going to hold it. We're going to, again, the principle of sustainability. So I want you to do this. I'm going to show this. So I'm going to take off my sneaker. Watch. I hope you can all see. So I bring the leg back in. I hold the big toe between the first two fingers and thumb. And then the leg is likely to go beyond 90 from the get-go. And then I move the leg. Then I raise the chest, raise the head, but I'm bringing the leg with me. I have to bring the leg with me. Now, we're not going to do it that fast. And what I urge you to do is what Yukiko did, is have a bolster on the ready so that when you raise the chest and the head, you can actually, I'm going to show it on this leg because this is my easier side. So watch. Now, I want to show you the full thing. I didn't do this on Thursday. Thing is, what's good about Friday, rather Tuesday, that you can learn a lot. All right, so here I am, hold the big toe. Then I stretch the leg. I have this bolster inserted. All right, now watch. This is the easier side. So many of you can go to the next step. Hold the sides of the foot, maybe even the heel, and bring the leg. You've got to move the leg with you. Oh, all right, let's try it. I'm really feeling those 5 weeks away. All right. You know what? Let's do this. Let's like really have fun here. Can you determine at this point which was your easier leg in Supta 1? Go back in time to the first Supta 1. Start with the, we'll call it the more intelligent side, because that leg will
train the other leg, and it will also inspire you, meaning to say that you might be able to hold the sides of the left foot or the right foot. So pick the side that was easeful for you. Start there. Hold the big toe. If you can't hold the big toe, don't worry, use the strap. Then climb up. Those of you who are holding the big toe, go to your next step. Hold the sides of the foot. Those of you who are holding the sides of the foot, see if you can hold the back of the heel. Now remember to relax the head is lifted now. Now your mission, should you accept it, is to take the leg to you. The leg comes to you more than you go to it. Yes, you're lifting the chest and the head, but bring the leg. Remember, the metrics have to be sustained, meaning legs are straight. Good, Val. No knees. Don't let that outer right hip lift. Remember the traction, Val, if you had it. That's it, Julia. Now, could you sustain that for 2 minutes? Maybe, maybe not. So usually I would say climb up the first minute and a half, and then sustain for 30 seconds if you were timing. Does that make sense? Okay, let's do the other side, which is, I think, given those parameters, this would be the harder. Okay, so those of you doing the right, we'll do the left, assuming the left is harder, vice versa. Okay, so again, you're holding the strap with a big toe. Then you inspire your own self to hold the sides of the foot if you're holding the big toe. Then if those of you are holding the sides of the foot, inspire yourself to hold the back of the heel. Now, bring the leg toward you. You have to bring the leg with you. That's it, Elaine. And do all that, Elaine, without letting your left thigh fly up. So everyone's working on a different leg. And then Ellen, remember to keep the aerial leg straight by pressing the top of the knee back and extending, Ellen, through the inner ankle plate. And this is why the Supta cycle is so important. It really addresses a lot of things. All right, now take the leg down. Take both knees into the chest for symmetry, Dvipada. Now, because this Supta cycle is so asymmetrical, do dog pose, but stand up. Take it from this time from Tadasana, Elaine, do Prasarita Padottanasana again. Or Elaine, you can do modified warrior 3 with the hands underneath the blocks, okay? So just something symmetric. No, I made a mistake. I don't want something symmetrical like Prasarita or Uttanasana, everyone else from Tadasana, jump back. Okay, now I want to just see these jumpings. Okay. Some of you can jump back without the pauses. If you need to jump, Tony, if you need to step back, that's fine. Utkatasana symmetrical leg, good. And Marina, just know that jumping is easier with sneakers on. Go back, jump, good, Val. Or jump. All right, make it symmetrical. Symmetrical pose now, having done something so asymmetrical. All right. And now walk your feet toward your hands and inhale up your cup. So we're really focusing today on 2 standing poses. Leg out in front of you, leg out to the side. But unlike what we did on Tuesday, because Tuesday really informs my own teaching and helps me really fine tune it. This is what we're going to do. First of all, stand in Samastiti. Equal standing, or commonly known as Tadasana. Spread your feet, even if you have to go down and part the toes from each other. You can stand with the feet hip width apart. I have no problem with that because it doesn't narrow the back. Anyone who has back issues, chronic back issues, should indeed stand with the feet apart, as I'm doing. All right, now lift as you spread the feet, seal the outer edges of the foot down, so you activate the arches. The arches should feel like suction cups going through the tubes of your legs. Lift your pubic bone up. Lift your pubic bone up. Lift the side ribs up. And raise your arms up. the arms are restricted in any way, decentralize the arms. Go out to the side like in a Y. It's fine because we haven't done much arm work. All right, now this is what we're going to do before the leg out in front, leg out to the side. You're going to simply lift a leg like this, like a Kunshanasana supine. Now, here's the thing. Be aware when you lift the right leg, how you see I'm listing to my left. I want you to pin in at the corner of the right hip, left hip, sorry, and lift your leg up and down. Okay, let's see. Put your thumb and index finger. Right, yeah, I would put so put your hand right here, not in the waist, right here, where the top of the thigh and the pelvis meet. Show me from a side view, it would be really good. All right, let me see these. So we didn't do this on Tuesday, but I think this will help. That's it, Elaine. Try to get the leg, try not to lean back. Lubna, show me from profile if you can. So it's a few things. Try not to lean back. Good, Marina. Try not to have the left thigh come forward and just keep lifting the leg higher and higher. Aim it to you, which is really what we did in Supta 1. Good, Val. Change sides. These look easy. Change sides. Ellen, good. Put the, I like the hands at the corner of the hips, so you're getting the compactness of the hips. All right. Now, you don't need to do this, but remember, we've done a lot of Pajra Kunshanasana. So this is supported Pajra Kunshanasana. Now, this is where that pinning in is really important. So again, I pin in here, and then I call these side outs. I raise the leg. I raise the leg. I aim so that the knee is to my chest, to my right armpit. Go easy with this, Marina. If you need the belt, you can turn the skin from the inside out. I think you'll be able to do this. Let me see. Arms can go out to the side, Elaine. That's fine. And that will help you actually not list. So this is what I want to do today as based on what I saw Tuesday. Yeah. Buttocks are down. Good, Lubna. Lift up and down a few times. I think that out to the side is a little bit harder than in front, right? If you were to compare these two, do you think that this one's harder? Yes or no? The side outs? No. Some of you are saying no. Interesting. Okay. That's fine. Everyone has a different level. Now, remember, when you go out to the side, don't list to the other side. Good, Carla. So you know where this is going, especially Carla, because she demonstrated it. All right. All right, now, well done. Now, just remind you, in time, if we were reflecting on the evolution of that, then clearly this, Marina, might be a lot easier. The classical Pajra Kunshanasana, where the foot is supported and it's what's the word I'm looking for? Not using movement. Sometimes movement is helpful, but sometimes it's not, okay? So that's what the side outs are based on. All right, now, this is what I'm gonna ask you to do. Have a belt, and if your belt is long, then I will, like a 10 or an 8 foot, I would clearly double loop it, because what happens if your belt is too long and you're doing Tita Hasta, Padangusthasana 1, leg out in front of you, your trunk will lean backward. You don't want that to happen. So I want everyone to try, see it, my trunk is leaning backward, right? So I have to establish my rib cage up and down. So I'd like everyone to show me in profile. And those of you who came Tuesday, it's good that you have the same poses, but they're presented differently. All right, spread the feet, thighs back, lift the arches, tighten the kneecaps, lift the quads, flesh to the bone, compact those hips. All right, now you lift your right leg up, lift it high, quickly, put the belt on or hold the big toe, If you need support, Tony, fine. Anyone takes support, fine. Otherwise, I want it freestanding. Now, remember, if the good, Julia, because you have a little bit of strap so that you don't lean back. These look good. Val, good. Root of the left thigh back. All right, I'm really pleased with these. Carla, that's really good. And down you come. Well done. So support, meaning foot on chair, backrest of chair or wall is fine. But those of you who I'd like you to do it freestand, just have faith that you can do it freestand. All right. And the other thing is you can do, Val, and many people like this, is be kind of, not against the wall, but just have the wall to the back. And Tony, you might try it this way.
so that you see I'm putting my hand here, gives me like, it's a moving on between putting the foot at the wall, and then I have the wall here, should I decide I need it, okay? That's another possibility. Okay, other side, samastiti. Spread the toes. Feel how when you spread the toes, the arches lift, the kneecaps lift, it's a chain reaction. Thighs back, now lift your left leg up. In lifting, take the root of the right thigh back. Quickly is quickly. That will help balance from the get-go. Remember, I want the standing leg straight. Even more, Ellen, if you can. That's it, Val, using the wall in that manner. Tony, you can step in a little bit closer to the wall so that the foot is directly underneath the hip. Okay. Remember, perhaps if this left side, good, Carla, is easier, hold the sides of the foot, Val, I think. Hold the sides of the foot. Okay. And then release. These look good. Really pleased with this. This might have been a better sequence. Okay, now leg out to the side. So this is where I was thinking on Tuesday. So I'm going to take a smidge. Okay, Elaine, you just show the pose. I know Carla demonstrated at the wall. Elaine, you show it if you can, freestanding, and then I want to take my detour. Hold on, Elaine. I got to spotlight you. So this is where we can really, you know, in this class today, we're really penetrating. All right, Elaine. All right, let's stay there for a minute. All right, just see yourself in this Parshvahasta Padangusthasana. There's a lot to when you see yourself. You have courage, you have faith, you can hit it. Okay, and then decide which leg, it's up to you. Bring the leg up like a side out, bring the leg up, put the belt on, good. And then remember, you have to pin in, put your hand on that corner of the hip, on that side, yes, and pin in. Sense that that leg goes out from the corner of the hip. Okay, now come back, same thing, they just drop the leg down to the floor. Okay, now put your hand on the hip, that's it. Now take the leg up again, leg up, and then keeping the hand on the hip, sense that the leg is going out from your hand. It may seem crazy, but it will. Pin in. Use your hand to pin in and sense that that left leg is coming, extending out from the corner of the right hip. But it works. I mean, it may seem crazy, but yes. So you stay there, Elaine, and then as you extend through that left leg, it's from the corner of the hip. Yeah, choke down. Now go. Now go. Now, once you've gotten yourself to be on the median line and you're not listing to your right side, then extend the right arm. Yes. So that's what I wanted to work on today because it's slightly different presentation than what we did on Tuesday. Thanks a million, Elaine. Not an easy pose to demonstrate. Okay. So I'm removing Elaine. Let's see everybody in galley view. And here we go. Now I will say, why don't you pick your side? So here's the thing. In Supta 2, you found one side probably more palatable than the other. So watch, I'm going to show this quickly. So I know I can do this pose much better when I stand on my right leg, which is stronger. My left side is more flexible. So watch, this is what I wanted you to get. So I lift the leg, it's like a quasi side out. I pin in here, I get that action strongly, and then I'm going to hold the sides of my foot, and then I reach, and then I extend. You see? So then you have half a chance of hitting it every time. Oh, this is a really good way to do this pose. All right, so you're going to pick your easiest side, i.e. more intelligent side first, because that will give you the faith, the inspiration that you can do it. Okay, with that said, pick your leg. All right, now stand in Samastiti, naturally compact hips in Samastiti. And then you decide which leg you pin in. Now I'm taking my thumb, I'm cutting it in. I'm cutting it in. That's abduction. I hold the sides of the foot, use the strap, or hold the big toe. And then I extend the leg from the corner of that hip. And then you get the stability there, then extend Julia the other arm. So you maintain the median line. Yukiko said, yeah, watch the sense of listing. The other thing is to use the support. That's it, Marina. That's it. Back can be near the wall. That's another option. Lubna, good. So you don't want to be slightly angular. The chest should not be listing to the right if your left leg, you feel, Lubna, going out to the, if your left leg is out to the side. Good, Julia. All right, change the other sides. I promise you, if you practice it this way, it will come more easily. And then you know what's really true about balancing poses is that people just say, oh, I can't balance on one leg. But the balancing on one leg is incidental. It comes from the spreading of the foot, the lifting of the arch, the lifting of the knee, the strong quads, the strong abdomen. Then you have faith to go. That's good, Elaine. That's really good. You're on your median line. Watch the tendency to list to the standing leg side. So you have to cut in at the corner of the hip. Yeah, even more, Ellen, cut in at that corner of the hip. That's it. Carla, good. Now find that median line. Find that median line. Remember what you felt in Supta 2. Lumna, that was good. Remember what you felt in Supta 2 because it's the same darn pose. Okay, let's take a rest with the head down, resting Uttanasana. Elaine, you can just be right angle at the wall. Just cool your brain down. Hopefully it didn't get hot, but oftentimes it does get hot. And then everyone who's not doing dog pose, do down dog. Just drop the hands to the floor, take a symmetrical down dog. If you're not doing down dog, rest in Uttanasana with the arms extended at the wall. Okay. So I want to see how the marches, I'll just call them the marches, leg up and down, leg out to the side, can really help. Well, then you can do Uttanasana, Prasarita Padottanasana, or now you can do Modified Warrior 3, because we did the standing balance with the 2 blocks. If you feel tired, you can rest in child's pose. All right, now we're going to just try this here. So usually when we teach poses, poses go from easy to hard. But what we're going to do today, just because it really makes sense, and to see how poses improve, earlier poses, even though we didn't do this earlier on, from doing harder ones, this is what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to have you do Vrikshasana, which comes from Parsvakonchanasan. I'm going to place the sole of the foot on the inside as high up as you can, and then there's that pinning in. You see? So you learn the pinning in action from Vrikshasana. We didn't do it. And then palms here, and then arms up, okay? So see if that comes now more easily. So it's interesting, you go to class, I don't know if any of you have had this experience, but I've had this experience many times in class. The teacher says Vrikshasana, tree pose, and then underlying that, everyone's like, oh, they don't want to do it. And I think that kind of the misery that people feel when the Vrikshasana is announced is, oh, I have to do a standing pose. But what I'm trying to cultivate here is you have all the tools you need to stand on one leg. So with that said, stand in Samastiti. And do indeed use the MO of picking up your easier leg first, which might be standing on your stronger leg, which is often the case. Pause there. Now in this pause, compact the hips. Compact the hips. Don't be concerned where the knee is. And for you, Marina, you could use a belt to take the leg up higher, or you can place the kneecap actually even at the wall. That might be an option. Or if it's problematic on that right knee, then the very safest way, Marina, is to come back to Parsvakonchanasan. And then take your arms either here to the chest and then up, which is harder, or take them out to the side and then up. Marina, that's really good. Carla, good. Don't list. So you can really see most of you are listing far less than what you did in Ellen, excellent, than Parsvahasta. Why? Because the leg is bent, the other leg. So it's just physics. When the leg is straight, it's a longer lever, which causes you to topple. Does everyone understand that? I hope so. All right, change sides. So now Vrikshasana improved because you did Parsva Hasta Padangusthasana. Okay, other side, everyone's different because everyone's doing their more intelligent side first. Pin in. Remember, as soon as you come and get the sole of the foot as high up on your inner thigh as possible. That's it, Tony. Pin in. And then spread your eyes to the hands. That will help you
decentralize your brain. And then if you choose to take the arms up. Marina, I almost think the leg is too high. I can't see from the camera angle, yeah. But remember, yes, that thigh need not be up toward the chest. Julia, good. All right, these look good. So what I'm seeing, almost everyone had what I call symmetrical hips in Vrikshasana. Now, can I just ask you, because you just felt you all got it there, could you take Parsvahasta again? So what I would do is this, okay. Take it from that Vrikshasana. Just imagine you were coming into Vrikshasana, but not all the way on the inside of the foot, and then just pinning in with strap or not, take the leg out. Because you just did it. So now it would be a shame not to really finish it off to make the point. All right, you did it. You got it. And go. That's it, Julia. Pin in. So the tendency to list to the standing side is more because the other leg is out. Don't stay too long. Well done. Come out. Okay, this really helped. So we, if you want to say it in other terms, we're using Vrikshasana as a platform for Parsvahasta. So you're coming into it through, good, Julia, from, yeah, and then stretch, then keep that other leg straight. Keep that, yeah, go for holding the outer. Sometimes it's interesting when you hold the outer edge of the foot, it tends to hyperextend the knee more, Lubna, than holding the big toe. I found that to be true for people who tend to hyperextend, holding the baby toe side of the foot. Good, Carla. That's beautiful. You don't need the blue wall anymore. You don't need the blue wall. All right, now lie down on your left side and align your left side of the body to the very edge of the mat. Have the belt nearby. We're doing Anantasana. So you have your mat. Let me ask you something. Those of you, Tony and Elaine, others of you who are here, Carla, on Tuesday, did you find that this, what, Lubna, did you find that these poses more palatable today? Part of it is just because you're doing them again. I'm raising my hand. Okay. So, I mean, the one thing we know is that when we practice something again or similar to what we already did, it comes more easily and you have confidence. Having confidence in your body, confidence in the future is so important. Now, remember, guys, because almost everyone needs the blanket in this one, between the shoulder, the left shoulder, and the left ear. So you're starting, we're doing Anantasana. Because we've come so far, we must do. All right, we start in Parsvahasta. Extend the right arm like a bat wing and see if you can engage your abdomen. Now you might find, and this is often the case, when you're on your side, the chest and head and shoulders are going forward, the legs are going back. See that you're in one plane. Legs are not backward, chest and head not forward, okay? All right, now keeping the abdomen moving back toward the front of the spine. Be careful with this, Marina, place the sole of the foot on your inner left thigh, wait there, put your right hand on your inner knee, press it back, knee back. It wants to come forward, don't let it. Now, like what we did sideways, draw the knee into the chest, hold the big toe. If you can't hold the big toe, use a strap and then stretch the leg up. In stretching the leg back, in stretching the leg up, move your right buttock forward. Right buttock comes toward the screen, but the leg, good Val, is going back toward your window, Val. So right buttock forward. Imagine I have my shin against your right buttock, moving it forward toward the screen, but the leg goes back. Now lift up through the core of your right heel. Well done. And change sides. Switch to your lying down on your right. Use the blanket. We're using the blanket so the head doesn't take a plunge. The final pose, that bottom arm is bent, but I'm not going to do it that way today. Again, extend through the left arm like a bat wing. Stay balanced in Parsvahasta. Feel your abdomen, the abdomen that we alluded to, moving back.
And then Vrikshasana on your side, which is what we did standing, weight there. Left buttock forward, left knee back. And then draw the knee thigh toward you, hold big toe or outer edge of foot, or use the strap, and then stretch the leg up. So you're basically doing that Supta Padangusthasana 2. You're doing Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana on your side. Don't let the chest come forward, right? Stay on the very corner of that hip that we spoke of so much. You're on the very corner, the greater trochanter. Okay, these look good. All right, now come out, take Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. So I want to do something symmetrical and take it from down dog. Elaine, just don't take it from down dog, take it from prone. So I'd like everyone, if you need to take it from a chair, that's fine. So this way. And a lot of people get a better pose. So let me just, so I'll show you in the chair, which you all know. Upward facing dog. Don't let those outer shins roll out. Inner shins, outer shins in. Or you can take it with the hands on blocks on the low side. Up dog, from down dog, or from prone. You can take up dog from prone. It's hard. That's it, Carla. You can I like to start on the balls of the feet, go back to dog, and then roll onto the tops of the feet. And then remember, everyone, is suck good line. Suck the outer shins in. Outer shins in. That's it. And we're going to take it from, now come onto the tops of the feet. Good. Remember the thighs, Ellen, off the floor. Both thighs, if you can. The abdomen, I get you. I understand. That's not a problem. So, Ellen, you could even do a modified, something like just here. And then like this almost. So you're not getting so much stretch in the abdomen. All right. That's good. All right. Now from here, let's go back. Lie on your belly. Lie on your belly, and just after the Urdhva Mukha, place your palms like a little pillow, toe in and heel out. That should feel good on your back. And then I'm going to show you what I had planned to show you on Tuesday. Okay. This will feel really nice. Spread your lower spine. Sense of the sides of the waist are spreading. Have the feet out to the outer edges of the mat. Toes turned in, heels away. So I'm going to show you the next step of supported Setu Bandha with blocks, which the legs are straight. But this would not be for anyone who's had back pain. So you would stay with the first iteration, which I'm going to show. So I'm going to show you, most people would be wise to, so here's the mat, and I'm putting a blanket, not for my head, but for my shoulders. So let me just show this. And then I have 2 blocks on the high side, and I have a strap. So let me just show you. So we'll do this in 3 stages, actually. Watch. So I put my shoulders, let me move this so you can see this. Okay. So I'm holding 2 blocks on the high side, with a block in each hand, just easier. And then I press the head down into the carpet, but the shoulders are elevated on the smooth edge side. I press the feet, I spread the feet, and I lift my pelvis, contracting my hamstrings, using my gluteal muscles, go up. And then I'll stay. And many of you will stay here because straightening the legs is challenging on the low back. And people stay for quite some time in this position. But then watch, I'm going to have you bend one leg, put the strap across the ball of the foot, And then you can extend the other leg into it. And then quickly extend both legs with the toes up, heels down. It's much safer on the back to do this straight leg Setu Bandha with the belt, because what happens if you don't lose the belt, I really should show you this from the frontal, is mostly everyone's thighs splay out and oh dear, I feel pinching in the lower spine. Okay, was that helpful? Was that clear? All right. All right, so Tony, I want you to stay bent. In Marina, you'll be okay with bent, but if you haven't been practicing straight legs in a while, touch it, but don't stay long. If you're getting any pinching in your low back, come back to bent legs. So you need 2 blocks, blanket, and belt. All right, head is off, shoulders are on, that's it, Carla. Now stay with the bent leg position for some time. That's right, and actually even lift the pelvis up and down. So clear the buttocks from the bricks, which I didn't demonstrate, but should have. Press the feet, press the shoulders. Your upper arm and lower arm are basically in that right angle position. That helps you lift your chest. And as I explained, some of you need higher blocks. All right, now you bend the knees, you put the belt on. Now you can put the belt on both legs, or as I kind of started with, I took the belt on the left leg and then extended it, and then simultaneously almost put the left leg in it and then extend it, because you want both legs belted. So you could do it that way, but I find that if you lower the left leg or right leg closer to the floor, then put the belt on, that just do it the way that seems most easeful for you. Carla, yeah, so yeah, just make sure when you took the legs down at the same time, just make sure the low back didn't contract. I think one at a time is a little bit more easeful. Let's see, Val, extend one leg, the feet can be down. Yeah, you can do it, yeah, put the belt on. I like to put one leg in, extend the other, then slip the other belt, then belt on the other. You'll get it, there's no right or wrong, just whatever is more easeful. Okay, now remember, those of you, heels are down, toes are up, shins are in. The belt helps you not let the legs splay out. If you're feeling any kind of pain in your low back, I'm begging you to bend your legs. You'll keep go good. That's it. Thighs down. You have to imagine I'm in your room, rolling your outer thighs to your inner thighs. It's like Viparita Dandasana on the chair. Very similar, right? This is supported, the chair is supported, you're rolling the thighs in, pressing them down. So Tony, stay with Ben. Marina, that's good. Now just extend one leg out. Elaine, your way, if you have the feet at the wall, that's another way. It's more supported. Marina, that's good. Now press the thighs down. If you're getting any low back pain, I'm urging you to just simply bend the leg. I'm not going to keep you much longer. Everybody come back to bent leg unless you're just coming into straight leg. Bend legs. You can relinquish the belt, place the feet on the floor and just wait there. Unless you're enjoying it so much, then stay. All right, now those of you back in Setu Bandha supported, press the feet, press the shoulders and the head, lift the pelvis off the brick, take the 2 bricks to the lower side and take the knees into the chest and just rest there. Just rest there. Good work. Okay. Now, some of you might consider 2 different options for Shavasana. One, this one, where the lower legs are on the seat of the chair, knees slightly forward of the hips, which is always a beautiful thing, bolster on the tall side. The other one, which I like to feel is what you've already done after Urdhva Mukha, is to just do that lovely prone Shavasana. Now you could turn the head, but remember you have to, in order to be even Steven, you turn the right and then after about 2 minutes, maybe to the left, depending on how long we have. We have about 5 minutes for Shavasana. So I'll give you a choice. If neither of them appeal to you, put the bolster underneath your knees. We're going to use the chair, yeah. Because I think for the more space you get at the back of the pit of the knee, the better. All right. Julia, that's good. So we did some standing balancing poses. We weren't really, you know, it wasn't the intention was working on one leg, but there is a degree of confidence that you have the tools, that your body is strong enough to sustain balancing poses. But make no mistake about it, certain actions are needed, certain musculature is needed. But so much of balancing, I think, has to do with just having confidence that it's manageable. I mean, that's really a mantra for life. So as you once again begin to settle down, settle back, feel the parts of your body that are in contact with the earth. Feeling that sense of rootedness, that sense of belonging to the earth element. Because from that sense of belonging to the earth element comes the quality of feeling grounded, rooted, and stable. Let the eyes spread to the outer corners of the temples. If you sense that the eyebrow, the skin between the eyebrows is furrowing, sense it expanding, the skin, the cloth of the body, spreading out. Feel the skin, the largest organ of the body, the skin. Very even, smooth, not crumpled, not held, not taut. Skin of the face move outwards toward the ears as you simply draw the ears inward. Let the gaze of the eyes be slightly downward as though you were looking into your chest, into the seat of the soul. And sense now that the brain is shrinking a bit, but the heart expanding. Think of the Grinch, right? At the end of the book, his heart expands. And then throughout the day is a daily Dharma tip. You can notice when you are responding from your mind and see if you can switch down and respond from the heart. Sometimes that downward, inward gaze into the heart center perhaps might allow you to respond better, be less reactive. A lot of reactions come from the mind. Allowing yourself to see the inner light in everyone. It also helps you not respond habitually. Seeing clearly, seeing anew, seeing from a fresh point of view. Ready, those of you whose legs on the chair, bring the knees in. If you're prone, draw slowly back to child's pose. It'll feel good. You can insert the bolster between the thighs and the chest.
Just relax. Remember, you're still in Shavasana, even though you're transitioning to child's pose or to your side or to an upright position. Just make that process so that involution stays with you. And then I'll stop the recording and we can speak on the other side.